After a marvelous French introduction, I was now flying to Germany to pursue my work on the European luxury brands. I was expecting great things from the upcoming meetings. This leg of the journey was a promising one, as I was about to meet my esteemed counterpart at Porsche.
My name is Frank Jung, and I'm responsible here at the Porsche AG for the corporate archive and the car collection. The archive is kind of the memory of the brand, the memory of Porsche. In between the 80 cars we're showing here, the Carrera GT is one of the top stars. Top sports car of its time, a high-performance machine. And it's mainly made by hand.
My luxury chronicles were really shaping up, with one incredible encounter after another. And now, I was about to see Porsche as never before, with a special focus on the Porsche Carrera GT. Talking about German luxury cars without talking about Porsche would be nonsense. It is one of the names that belongs in the pantheon of luxury car culture. Guided by my fellow archivist from Stuttgart, I was being honored with an insider tour of their museum, from which I was getting priceless notes and pictures for my archives and for Motorfest. Among all the jewels that surrounded us, the Carrera GT took a special place in our day. A car born from a streak of Porsche victories, made to compete with the greatest. Top sports car in the 2000s. Dare I say, one of the top sports cars of all time. car. I couldn't have dreamed of a better way to start my trip in Germany.
German luxury cars. Well, don't worry. Our archivist and the Motorfest organizers have got you covered. You'll see. Luxury Chronicles Europe, Germany. Second stop, Apollo Automobile.
Germany tour is officially on. After an incredible first stop in Stuttgart, I had the distinct pleasure of spending a day with Apollo Automobile and an absolute marvel of a car, the Apollo Project Evo. This car, which is still under development as I write these lines, is definitely one of the boldest and most aggressive-looking cars I've seen in my long career. The active aerodynamics, the fins, that rear spoiler, and X-Lite signature, everything in this car's design screams, you're getting eaten alive. And this interior, you really have to see it to believe it. Nothing short of a superhero car. There's only one existing prototype at the moment. The one I just got the chance to discover. Note self. I really must convince Apollo to lend this car to Motorfest for our upcoming luxury cars playlist. Luxury is elegance, fine materials, and high-precision craftsmanship. But it is also the freedom to embrace a hardline approach and go all the way.
Playlist unlocked. All clear for you to indulge in, driver. Hypercars are probably the most impressive machines out there when it comes to showing the best of current car engineering and new technologies. If you truly want to
What's up, guys? It's Supercar.
catch a glimpse of the future, it's another type of vehicle that wears the laurels: concept cars. After Porsche and Apollo, our archivist was only halfway through his European journey. In the next event, we'll hear what he had to say about his seventh stop, a day at Audi, with a focus on a luxury racing car. Get ready to step in the world of gentlemen drivers.
trip was getting me to dig even deeper into German car culture. The people from Audi were now expecting me in the beautiful town of Ingolstadt in Bavaria. The car that they had prepared for me, and the one you, driver, should be driving when you get these notes, was a great surprise and a great addition to our luxury vehicle experience. The 2020 Audi R8 LMS GT2. A true racing car, as it was built for a very specific Grand Touring competition, the GT2 European Series. Yet also a true luxury car, as the GT2 event is in fact a particular championship designed for amateur pay drivers, a racing category for what we call the gentleman drivers. A category in which this Audi R8 is queen. Trip was getting me to dig even deeper into German car culture. The people from Audi were now expecting me in the beautiful town of Ingolstadt in Bavaria. The car that they had prepared for me, and the one you, driver, should be driving when you get these notes, was a great surprise and a great addition to our luxury vehicle experience. The 2020 Audi R8 LMS GT2. very specific Grand Touring competition, the GT2 European Series. Yet also a true luxury car, as the GT2 event is in fact a particular championship designed for amateur pay drivers, a racing category for what we call the gentleman drivers. A category in which this Audi R8 is queen. GT2, a car that was first introduced at Goodwood's Festival of Speed. One might wonder why.
The Archivist relates his stop at Mercedes, and you'll get to drive yet another extremely powerful car. Looks like luxury often goes together with mean performance in Germany.
last day in Germany led me to Mercedes for yet another thrilling ride. My ultimate appointment in this country was set with the breathtaking Mercedes AMG 1. The one and only, as Mercedes would say. Like all the German machines I had the pleasure to admire over the course of my trip, the Mercedes AMG 1 was indubitably on the powerful side. That's an understatement, as the 1 was built from the dream of bringing Formula One technology to the road. A dream that was meant to come true. Screams Formula One. Powertrain, materials, interior. And I believe world champion Lewis Hamilton himself helped Mercedes in the development of this car. To the driver who'll get behind the wheel of this machine in the festival, you're probably not ready. German trip was ending wonderfully with this Mercedes AMG 1. I was content and ready to move on to the last part of my trip.
The tour continues. After France and Germany, we'll now be focusing on British vehicles. In his notes, the archivist is telling us everything about his great first stop, a day at... The tour continues. After France and Germany, we'll now be focusing on British vehicles. In his notes, the archivist is telling us everything about his great first stop, a day at Triumph. That's correct. Our British luxury culture section starts with motorcycles. a nice and chill ride. Pay attention, find your way, reach the destination.
After a roller coaster of a trip through France and Germany, my luxury car pilgrimage was bringing me back to my home, Great Britain. My first encounter alone was enough to justify the trip, as I was about to meet yet another fascinating individual.
My name's Stuart Wood. I'm Chief Engineer at Triumph. We're in the Triumph Factory Visitor Experience here in Hinckley. It's a great display of motorbikes. If I had to pick just one bike, it's going to have to be the Rocket 3. It's got high performance, very high capability, high specification, really stunning looks. It really is phenomenal.
A delightful meeting that would be followed by other great surprises from my homeland. My European journey was slowly coming to an end. Yet I still had so much to see to complete my luxury chronicles. Starting with a keenly anticipated stop in Hinckley.
We pay a lot of attention to the detail and how well the bike works.
And a special rendezvous with the Triumph Rocket 3R. Cloudy grey skies and damp asphalt. I was back home, no doubt. And I couldn't be happier. I had a whole day with Triumph ahead of me, surrounded by passionate people to guide me through their motorcycle universe. Stuart Wood, concept engineer, had shared with me everything you could ever want to know about Triumph. Their 100 years of existence, the attention to detail, the perfect combination of performance and visual design. Fascinating. Rocket 3. Big and powerful, with a remarkable 2.5-litre engine, but still easy to ride. An extreme motorcycle with a huge presence. A Triumph bike through and through. British craftsmanship, style, the passion of a whole biker community. This was shaping up to be another highlight of this European trip. All I could do is enjoy the moment. has never looked as good as it does on a Triumph. I believe that's what they call character.
Luxury car exhibition moves forward with another iconic British manufacturer. The car we'll be focusing on in this event is again special in many ways. Get to the event tag and you'll see Europe has still plenty in store to surprise you.
next British stop was McLaren, with the most exclusive McLaren there is, the Elva. The extreme expression of what a McLaren car can be. Fifth in the McLaren Ultimate Series, a line that encompasses McLaren's most advanced design, engineering, and performance. Like McLaren says, the Elva is a car that needs no destination, designed to deliver nothing but the purest possible driving experience. Light, powerful, split-second agility, with no roof, no windshield. This is a car that plays with your senses and builds a connection between the driver, the car, and the elements. Directly in line with the experimental legacy of the founder of the brand himself, Bruce McLaren. Renowned driver and engineer, always looking to push aerodynamics further. The Elva is a beautiful tribute to that heritage. The time for this detour at McLaren, but I was so glad I made the trip.
A brand that it's hard to go around when it comes to gorgeous British cars. That's why it had to be part of this tour. The car that we've selected for you now, the Jaguar CX-75 Concept.
Jaguar CX-75 concept. C stands for concept, X for experimental, and 75 as a tribute to Jaguar's 75th anniversary. A breathtaking hypercar that unfortunately couldn't be mass-produced. This prototype alone is quite the celebrity in the luxury car world. An elegant and avant-garde design so popular when it came out that she received the Louis Vuitton prize at the Paris Mondial de l'Automobile in 2010. Star of the 007 movie Spectre, along with her co-star, the Aston Martin DB10. Another British concept. Quite the life for a concept car, isn't it? Prestigious prize winner, and this is only scratching the surface of what this car could have been.
Luxury Chronicles, new chapter. You know what to do. Drive to the tag and get back to your European journey with another pillar of British luxury, Bentley.
tour of the greatest luxury car brands of Europe without stopping by this prestigious manufacturer's headquarters in Crewe. Impossible. So there I was, at Bentley, face to face with splendid machines, and notably, the Bentley Mulliner Bacala. The Bacala is gorgeous and impressive from afar, but also incredibly well crafted from up close. I was dealing with the elite of British luxury and design refinement there. Extremely exclusive. Only 12 units have been made. Produced by Mulliner, the oldest coach builder in the world, and a serious token of quality. But, needless to say, such prestige comes with a significant price tag. Just like this beautiful day with Bentley, my trip was slowly coming to an end. My next stop will be the last of this Luxury Chronicles journey.
of this grand luxury tour. The last brand we're going to talk about may be the most famous of them all. A brand which has clearly become over the years the embodiment of British luxury. The brand is Aston Martin, and the car is the 2024 Aston Martin Vantage. This is the last stop of this voyage around Europe. I hope you'll enjoy it, just like our archivist did.
was the ultimate day of my European luxury tour. And it wasn't just any day. It was a day with Aston Martin. I had decided from the very beginning to save Aston Martin for last. For this brand is quite unique when it comes to famous British cars. As a tribute to the Aston Hill race from the early 20th century, and Martin, from Lionel Martin, co-founder of the brand. The name Aston Martin now resonates in a very special way everywhere around the world. It embodies the British modern luxury touch, so to speak. Cars that are fast, cars that are beautifully crafted, and on top of that, cars that now come with an unmissable pop culture connection that started with the appearance of the DB5 in the Goldfinger movie in 1964. As a result, Aston Martin cars nowadays have undoubtedly become some of the most desirable cars in the world. My definitive treat during this day was being able to see the new Aston Martin Vantage. Freshly released, this brilliant vehicle is yet further proof that British luxury is still very much relevant, with a bright future ahead of it. The end of my European luxury tour, with each stop more enlightening than the archives and for you drivers of Motorfest.
Don't forget to grab your reward vehicle, driver. This was our Archibus Grand European Tour, and this was your Luxury Chronicles experience. Your reward is waiting for you at the container in our luxury estate. And your prize this time is prize money. Because luxury is also the freedom to choose. playlist experience is here.